Attaboy, Brandon. Good shot.
Did you get it on film?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, it was on. Here comes it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet again another Midwest Madness episode. Today we're out here doing some duck hunting in Montana. Got Brandon out here. Got Tyler. Shout out to Tyler for bringing me along. Yeah, and being the retriever. It's a beautiful morning. Just got light enough to talk to you guys. We've already got a duck down. Brandon shot one. That landing the decoys kind of surprised us, but they're flying a little better than we thought. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a good video for you guys today. So real quick before we jump into it, hit that subscribe button, tap that notifications bell so you never miss out on another Midwest Madness video. Now, let's get back to killing some ducks. That's right there, Brandon's got the first bird of the morning down.
Big old northern greenhead.
What do you think about that?
Straight from Canada. Well, I didn't miss, so that's always a good start.
That is always a good start. All right.
That smoke.
That's right. First bird of the morning. Beautiful greenhead. Look at those orange feet. Man, I love those plumed out mallards. They look so good. All right, you guys, we're gonna go jump the slough over here. We're gonna go see what's crack-a-lacking. There's no more action at the pond. And Brandon's toes were getting cold, so Brandon,
hey, you're not supposed to tell me to use that.
So that's why we're going on an excursion. We'll see. Hopefully there's some more over here. I saw a bunch of groups fly over, but they had no interest in our spread. Got him. Good shot, Brandon.
Don't ever doubt me, bro.
Good shot.
That was a leg shot right there because it's so far away.
That was a sniper.
Did you get it on film?
Yeah, I got it on film. All right, well, this spot was good. It yielded us one duck and one goose. I think we're gonna go check another spot real quick. I don't know, you never know. We'll go see if they're there, we'll jump them, and we'll shoot them, and then we'll get breakfast and all will be well in the world. So that's the plan. Y'all wish for about 4,100 ducks in this next spot. Good toss. All right, you guys, we are back at the house now. And so I figured with this video, like a lot of people get duck and goose and they just get the worst impression. And they just think that it's like the worst meat that you can eat, that it tastes bad. And I've seen a lot of videos of, and even a lot of outdoor creators literally just say like, oh, it's terrible, you know, just make jerky out of it. Well, I have news for you. We're gonna make Canada Goose fajitas, and I feel like they're gonna be really good because we're gonna do a couple of things that are really important to making these things good. So, first things first, right here is our goose breast. I've had it actually soaking in water for 2 days now. And it just had a little bit of salt in there. Pull a little bit of that gaminess out, and that's all I did to it. And so we're gonna pull it out. I'm actually gonna freeze one of these breasts because I don't really need to eat it right now. But the other one we're gonna trim up and we're gonna make into the most amazing goose fajitas you guys have ever seen. So let's go ahead and drain these bad boys out and get this one breast in the marinade. All right, guys, so first things first, we want a good sharp knife. That is gonna be crucial in this process because a good sharp knife makes it easier to cut. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna trim this breast up a little bit, and basically I'm just gonna get like all of the fat off. I don't need to show you guys necessarily a close-up of that, but I just want to get as much of this fat off as possible. The fat is just gonna hold a little bit of gaminess, and I feel like if we're doing our due diligence here, we want to make sure we give the meat the best chance that we possibly can to taste good. All right, we're back. So yeah, that was my boss calling me. Sorry, I'm just prepping my lunch in here. We're on different time zones, so sometimes it gets a little squirrely. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut this bad boy in like fajita size slices. So essentially, if you've ever had a fajita, they're like long, skinny pieces of meat. So that's what we're gonna do. And the trick here, you can see, I'll show you guys, I'll try to show you close up. You may not be able to tell. Let me see if I can focus this here. Okay, perfect. So you see this piece of meat, the grain of the meat goes like this, okay? So we want to try to cut with the grain of the meat. It's going to give us the most tender pieces, and the grain kind of changes with the meat. So just keep an eye for that as you're cutting your meat up, and try your best to cut with the grain, because if you cut with the grain, your meat is going to end up being a lot more tender. So when you cut, you don't want to cut directly straight down. You want to cut, so if you have the grain of the meat, right? You have the grain of the meat running down. You want to cut slightly at an angle. Not quite a 45, but just slightly at an angle. Why exactly you do that, don't ask me, but it's called cutting on an aspect, and that's technically how you're supposed to cut a steak. And like, look at this meat. If you were to hand this raw piece of meat to me and tell me this was a steak, I would honestly have no clue that it wasn't. So all right, so now that we've done that, I'm going to put these in a bowl to marinate. I'm gonna make kind of like a secret marinade. You guys don't tell anybody my secret, all right? So, take all this meat, which it looks really, really good, by the way. I think this is gonna turn out really nicely. I'm really hoping. So we're gonna put all that meat in a little bowl, just like so. Then we're gonna take some, however you say this, in Kentucky, the way we say this, Worcestershire. You just say it real fast and it comes out a little easier. So we're gonna put a good hearty amount of this in here as a marinade. And it's a really salty kind of marinade. If you've cooked any kind of wild game or deer before, you know what this is. So we're gonna put a good amount of that in there, just enough to cover the meat. And the reason why I cut up the meat beforehand is because I really want that to kind of permeate all of the areas of the meat. I think that's really important. And it's already pretty salty, but I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt in here as well. I think it's just gonna help it to have an overall nice, salty, pungent fajita flavor. Then we're gonna go with some granulated garlic powder. Probably put a little more than that, honestly. And I'll probably season the meat again, but this is just for the marinade. I'm gonna throw a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. I like my stuff pretty spicy. And the key to Mexican cooking in general is making sure that we use these kind of spices. So I'm gonna put some cumin in there as well. And then we're gonna go with some Valentina seasoning. This is actually pretty nice seasoning, and it gives that nice like Hispanic vibe to all your food. So if you're cooking with that, I definitely recommend some of that. Then we're gonna throw some onion powder on there as well. Get a nice oniony flavor. And then last but not least, secret ingredient. Oh, I don't know if that's focusing. We're gonna throw some Cholula in here. Cholula is just like the best hot sauce pretty much ever. If you ask me, it beats out Frank's by a country mile. No one crucify me in the comments for saying that, but it's true. So now that we've got that, we're just gonna mix all that in there. I wanna get all those spices and hot sauce and seasoning. I wanna get it all mixed around in the meat together. I don't want there to be any piece of meat that has more than the other. Yeah, so honestly, like this is mixing up pretty good. Oh, it smells so good. It's mixing up really nice. So we're gonna let that sit for, I don't know, maybe like 2 hours-ish, roughly speaking. And we're gonna let that marinate, and then we will come back and cook it when it's done. So, we'll wash that stuff off, and we will catch you back in just a minute. All right, we are now outside. It is a balmy, I don't know, probably 30 something degrees out here, but we've got the cast iron heating up in here, and we're just gonna go, and the heat is gonna move pretty quickly, especially with the wind. So we're gonna go a couple tablespoons of olive oil. I go pretty heavy on mine, and then we go in with the meat. Let's turn this heat up just a little bit because that's not searing quite as good as I would like it to. We're gonna close that up, let it heat up for just a second while we grab the peppers and onions. Okay, so honestly, the reason why you want to let that grill be pretty good and hot is so that it will get the initial sear, that really nice brown on the outside, and not like just slow cook or steam itself almost. We don't want to do that, which obviously I didn't do the best job of, but you know, it is what it is at this point, right? What am I gonna do? What am I looking for here? A bowl. So yeah, with that, you know, it is what it is, but we've got them in the pan searing, and I'm grabbing the veggies right now. And we're gonna grab these jokers, and we'll take these and we'll go throw them in there too. Basically on our veggies here, we're just gonna do salt, pepper, olive oil, and that'll mix with everything in the pan already. So I'm gonna grab these guys, go throw them in there in just a minute. We'll let the meat get a minute or two head start, and then we'll throw those in there so they get all nice and combined, and they all cook perfectly, just the way we want them. So, well, I have no idea how this happened. Somehow or another, I accidentally turned off the grill. So that is why it wasn't doing anything. That makes total sense. So annoying. Well, we've got to wait another minute or two now, I guess, because that's just not gonna do. So we're off to a hot start here on the cooking process of these, but it is what it is. Keep the grill burning and you won't have that problem. Okay, well, these bad boys smell delicious. Let me show you here. I got a little bit of a head start. Unfortunately, for one, partly my fault. I put a little too much olive oil in there, I think. And there was a little bit of water in there as well, mixed in with the meat, but so I don't know how much of a brown it's gonna get, but who knows. All right, let's throw these veggies in. That looks so good. Just mix these bad boys in here. Tell me you would not grub on this plate. Hate to tell you, I know I would. So these bad boys have been cooking for, I don't know, maybe 6-7 minutes or so. But they look absolutely amazing. And we're gonna see how they turned out. Check these bad boys out. Let me get down here. Oh yeah, I gotta get that good thumbnail shot. Beautiful fajitas. So anyway, hopefully you got that look. Let's go inside and eat them. Here are the beautiful, beautiful Goose fajitas. I heated up some corn tortillas in the microwave. Corn tortillas are amazing for a nice fajita. Oh, let me get a fork. We're gonna slap these bad boys on here. I don't really know the best way to do this, but I'm gonna try to get like as much meat as I can on here to make it good. I tasted a piece, I cheated, I tasted a piece while they were on the grill, and they tasted pretty darn good. So I'm gonna try to put a good amount of stuff on here just to give it the full vibe. I normally, if you wanna know a fun fact about me, I normally do not eat fajitas with a tortilla. I don't. I just normally just eat it right off the plate. Okay, so I think this looks pretty darn good. Now, finishing touch. I don't know, should we go with some Taco Bell sauce? Oh yeah, some hot sauce. We're gonna do Taco Bell sauce instead of the Cholula. We'll do one Taco Bell sauce and one Cholula. That's the way to think with your head, Isaac. Check that fajita out right there. Here's what we're gonna do. Go. Dump some hot sauce on that mug. They don't put enough sauce in these packets, but the good thing is they give you plenty. So, you know, it's just gonna have to do. All right, for the final moment of truth, here we go. I'm here to tell you, if I were to give you this and tell you that it was beef, you would not know the difference. You'd have no clue. Gotta get my Baja Blast in there, but that is actually really good. My only critique is it is a little on the tough side, and part of that is probably because I did cook it a little bit long and I didn't get that great initial sear because of the grill turning off on me. So that's a little user error on my part. You would say, like the taste, there is not even the slightest hint of gamey taste on there. Not even in the littlest bit. Like I said, meat a little done, but the actual taste, amazing. All right, now that we've had a couple of bites with the hot sauce from Taco Bell, we're gonna put it up against the almighty Cholula. And if you can beat the Cholula, which I don't know if you can, you're doing something. Should I put a big old dab on there? Oh yeah, just hits different. Cholula wins, hands down, game over. Taco Bell sauce does not even hold a candle to the Cholula. Well, you guys, that is gonna conclude today's video. This catch and cook was a blast to film and even more fun to eat. I feel like wild game doesn't always get the respect that it deserves, and a lot of times gets disrespected in a way by not being prepared properly or not being cooked properly. So today I took it as my mission to make the best goose fajitas that you could possibly find anywhere, and I was not disappointed. Not a taste of gaminess, not even a hint of blood, or you wouldn't even know that it wasn't beef if I didn't tell you. So hope you guys like this. If you want to try this recipe, let me know. I'd love to know what you guys think of it. It was really good. Like I said, you can look back in the video to see exactly what I used, but overall the goose fajitas, honestly, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, and that's only because I accidentally messed up and overcooked the meat just slightly, but they were super great. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I greatly appreciate the view. We are chugging along. We're at 1,063 subscribers right now. I know I said I had a goal of 5,000 by the end of the year, and we're not at the end of the year yet. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and maybe if we can blow a video like this up, maybe we can get there. So it all starts with you guys. You guys are the best fans on YouTube. I can't say thank you enough. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. And before we leave, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap that notifications bell so you never miss out on another Midwest Madness video. Lots more bangers coming your way soon, and I can't wait to share awesome adventures with you guys. With that being said, I'm gonna finish eating, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. We'll catch you on the next video of Midwest Madness. Peace.